guys, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Hollabec, and today's video is for you procrastinators. Halloween is tomorrow, and so I decided to put together quick DIYs that you can do for Halloween. I have a quick, delicious Halloween treat, a couple of last-minute DIY costumes, and a huge list of different Halloween movies that I personally found very enjoyable, and I figured I'd share them with you. So that being said, guys, let's get started. The first DIY is a take on a treat that I used to love as a child, the Rice Krispie treat. I'm sure you guys have actually seen this around, but I thought it was so cute, and it's so quick and easy, easier than you would think. For this recipe, of course, you will need Rice Krispie cereal, a 12-ounce bag of marshmallows, butter, M&Ms, but only the green ones, Rolos, and some yellow and red food coloring. So you'll start by melting down 3 tablespoons of butter. Once that's melted, you'll add in your bag of marshmallows, the whole bag. You'll keep stirring and smushing it until you get a really thick cream. Make sure it's completely smooth, you don't want any marshmallow lumps in there. Once it's melted, you add your food coloring. I added 3 drops of yellow food coloring and then 1 drop of red food coloring, and it got pretty much the perfect shade of orange. Then you'll throw that mixture into about 5 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. Mix it all together until it's thoroughly coated. And then set it aside just long enough so that you can form it together without burning your hands or melting the chocolate. Now for this next step, it may seem really weird, but it helps, trust me. So I used a spray-on cooking spray, and I just spritzed a little bit on my hands and rubbed it in, and that kept the Rice Krispies from sticking to my hands. So after you do that, you'll grab a nice handful of the Rice Krispie mixture, and you'll roll it into a ball. You'll want to make it about fist size, and then once the ball is made, you'll stick and unwrapped Rolos right in the center, kind of packing the treat around it so it looks like a stem. And finally, you'll add your little tiny green M&M to kind of simulate a leaf. And that is literally it, guys. It is so cute. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely delicious. Certainly not healthy for you, but goodness sakes, it's Halloween. Just enjoy yourself. So for those of you who are staying in this Halloween and handing out candy, I figured I'd put together a list of all of my favorite Halloween themed movies. And trust me, I have been watching for like the past month now, so I have a pretty good list here, I think. The very first is a TV show called Haunting, and it's based on true stories, which always freaks me out. But it's done so well, and it's very open-ended, so like, you don't know what's gonna happen to these people. It's done in kind of an interview style, so they're surrounded by friends and family who have both lived it themselves, but then also those who haven't, and it's sort of like them telling them this piece of their world with their friends and explaining what's been going on with them. It does have reenactments, which are absolutely terrifying, and it's a really good one. The next is also a TV show called The Haunting of Hill House, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. It's actually gotten fairly popular, I feel like, and for good reason. It is so well done. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the writing of it, and the characters are so relatable and believable, which I think is the most important part. So it's about this family that takes over this sort of mansion, and they're working on fixing it up. But of course, as I'm sure you guessed, it's haunted, and it affects each child in a different way, because there's 5 children altogether, I believe. And they're just such amazing characters. They have great personalities, and like the dynamic between all of them and the relationship between them that kind of develops as you learn more about the family and about the house is just, it's so good, guys. If you watch it, watch the funeral scene. It is my absolute favorite. And then let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. The next one I have actually shared with you guys before, but I figured it's even more appropriate now that it's Halloween, and that is the Santa Clarita Diet. This is a bit more lighthearted, so if you're not real good with the scary stuff, then this would probably be a better one for you. It stars Drew Barrymore, who ends up accidentally becoming a zombie, and she kind of has to deal with that while still maintaining her suburban lifestyle. It's absolutely adorable. Freaking hilarious, so be sure to give it a shot. The next one is a movie that I went into with very, very low expectations. It is called Apostle, and let me tell you guys, it kind of blew my expectations right out of the water. It is sort of a period piece. It's based way back before your modern conveniences. I'd give you a time frame, but then I would look foolish. But it's about this man who is going to find his sister who got kidnapped by a cult. The entire movie is just so beautiful cinematically. It's just absolutely stunning, which took me off guard because typically scarier movies don't really care about that, I feel like. But this one does. It has very like landscapey scenes and just the whole feel of it. It is just a very beautiful movie. I would say it is sufficiently creepy, definitely worth watching. The ending was meh, in my opinion, but that could just be me. So if you end up watching it, let me know down in the comments what you thought. The next movie I found on Hulu, so I can't really say for sure if it's still there because I know Hulu tends to cycle through their stuff pretty quickly. But it might still be there, especially for Halloween, and that is the movie Jigsaw, which is the newest in the Saw franchise. Now, I've only ever watched the first Saw. I had plans to actually watch the other few because I saw that they were on Hulu, but unfortunately by the time I got around to watching them, Hulu had taken them down already. Which now that it's Halloween, I think I might check again because maybe they'll be there. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm gonna say it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. One of the best parts about it, I think personally, is I feel like they toned down the gore a little bit. There are a few spots that are like, ugh, but like otherwise, compared to Saw movies, I feel like they kind of toned it down. And in typical Saw style, it did have a very twist ending, if you will. And, you know, for a Halloween movie, you know, it's an option. The next movie is another lighthearted one, like the Santa Clarita Diet, and that is Life After Beth. I think they chose the perfect actors for the roles. I think they just filled them so well. It starts off with a young boy dealing with the recent loss of his girlfriend, and you kind of go through the whole depression and the very emotional side of it and seeing him try to deal with this loss. And then all of a sudden she comes back. And so suddenly now he has to deal with that, and it's done in a very comical manner, and it's so cute and hilarious, and I thought it ended very, very well. It was just so good from beginning to end. And finally, guys, that leads to the last show on my list, which is probably the one that I'm most excited about, and I can't wait to watch more episodes. And it is The Chilling Adventure of Sabrina. If you do not know, it is based around the Sabrina the Witch series. They kind of redo it, and the way it's done, it's much more dark. It's actually done by the same creators as the new Archie series, Riverdale, and it has the same sort of dark feel to it. It is so good. It's so good. I love the characters. I especially love Sabrina, of course. Like, her character is so adorable. I love her so much. One of the big things I've noticed in the show is they focus a lot on feminism and woman empowerment, which is always a plus in my book. Speaking cinematically, I absolutely love how they do their camera effects. It kind of gives everything almost a disorienting blur. It's so good. It adds so much to it. So definitely check it out. If nothing else, check this one out. And finally, guys, that leads us to the last DIY, so let's go. So if you guys are bad like me, you procrastinate until the last minute and then panic when you don't have a costume for Halloween. So I thought I'd help you guys out a little bit and give you a couple ideas. So the very first one is probably the easiest because it takes very few things to actually do, and that is a skeleton. So for this look, I already did my regular face of makeup minus the lipstick, and I actually whited my lips out to kind of add to the effect. After that, all you need is your eyeliner pen, and if it helps, if you look up a picture of a skeleton, basically then you just kind of black out the spots that you need to black out. It's super quick, super easy. You can add to it as much as you want or as little as you want. I decided with this look to do just a black dress, black tights, and a pair of black heels. Very easy, very basic, but it'll get the job done. The second is done in a very similar manner. It is very makeup oriented. So again, I started out with my typical face of makeup. From there, I went really heavy on the bronze around the outside of my face. I wanted to make it very dark, and then the center of my face very light. I drew on a cute little deer nose, and then with some regular white acrylic paint, I dotted on some white dots. From there, I split my hair in two and rolled it up into two buns to sort of simulate antlers, and that was the finished look. Now, I don't have a whole lot of brown in my wardrobe, just because brown's not really my color, but if you have any brown, that would be the perfect finishing touch to this outfit. Otherwise, if you just pair it with a dress or any kind of your favorite outfit, it doesn't really matter because goodness sakes, you look cute. Alright guys, but that is all I have for you today. Hopefully one of my DIYs will end up saving you this Halloween. If you try anything for yourself, please let me know. Like, send me a picture on Instagram, that would be pretty awesome. Or just tell me all about your Halloween down in the comments. I love when I hear from you guys. It just makes my day. Send me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Subscribe if you really liked it. And that being said guys, I will see you the next time around.